Before we get started with this review, I want to apologize for if you hear any jackhammering in the background. Like I said before, and I'll keep on saying it, I am a city girl, so that is the sacrifice you have to make when living in the city. So if you hear any of that in the background, because it's literally going on right now, if you hear that, I am so sorry. I cannot do anything about it. I wish I could, but I cannot. I cannot. The only thing I can do, though, is bring you the season opener. So, let us get started. Hello everybody, my name is Kamara, and today we'll be reviewing our very first episode of Season 4 of Bubble Guppies. Can't believe it. Season 4. And just a heads up for those of you who don't know, Season 4 is actually the very last season of the original run before the show would take a 3-year hiatus before it came back for Seasons 5 and 6. So, yeah, let's get on to what is claimed to be the shortest season of the series. Yes, the shortest season of the series. Season 4, Episode 1, The Glitter Games. In this episode, the Guppies learn about royal manners. I know it's a short about royalty and manners. I know it's a short synopsis. I'm literally reading this off of the fandom, so I'm sorry. But aside from that, I think this was a really good episode. I liked it. I feel like this is a good season opener. And there's some things to talk about for the new season that I should get off my chest right here. Number one, when after the title card is read, we don't just see Molly and Gil. The camera doesn't pan over to where Molly and Gil are swimming at. Now they come to swim to us, like kind of breaking the fourth wall. And they're like, hey. And then Gil waves hi. And then Molly says, come with us. Because obviously they're going to school. So I kind of like that, you know? I'm so used to the camera zooming into them when we see them swimming. But I feel like, when I first saw it as a kid, I want to say it was different. But I liked it. You know? I did like it. I did. Next thing is that Gil and Gobi, the Gigi boys, as I should say, both my Gigi boys got replaced. Now Gil is being voiced, if you don't know, he was being voiced, if you guys don't know, he was being voiced in, the previous voice actress. He stayed for seasons 2 and 3, and Gobi's previous voice actress stayed from, obviously, he only stayed for one season 3. And also the little fishes got replaced as well. So, now Gil is voiced by Jay Graganani. I'm so sorry. I heard him from being in a couple of shows. He was in Shimmer and Shine. It was like this episode about like two little snowy fairies that got into Shimmer and Shine's like past palace. And then he was also in the Loud House, particularly in the episode Making the Case, where it was that kid that told Lincoln that his sisters will pulverize him if he ever posted anything like that. So, yeah, he's good. But I kind of mostly know Isaac Brown. For those of you who don't know, he actually played Booker in Raven's Home, and he also played I can never tell these two apart. He was also in Puppy Dog Pals. I think Bingo Rolly. I can't remember. I can't tell which one is which. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I watched that show. And I believe he was also in he was in another project. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I finally remember. And this fact is also kind of ironic as well. He was also in the Owl House, which surprisingly enough, Gobi's previous season 3 voice actress, he was also in the Owl House. So that's kind of crazy. I like that. And also the little fishes got replaced voices as well. Now the little fishes are voiced by Kayla Erickson, which I think she does a really good job of bringing the little fishes to life. So, yeah. And this season came out right when I was wrapping up first grade or kindergarten. I think. Wait, let me try to remember. Hang on. Wait. yeah, this season came out right when I was wrapping up my first grade year. So yeah, I also hold a lot of sentimental value to this season. And that was gonna mean that season 4 was gonna follow me all the way into surprisingly season 4 was with me um for second grade as well. So yeah, yeah. I'm very happy with this season. I like this season a lot. I feel like if you had to ask me, this season was definitely a season that can go from 1 to 100 real quick in the best way possible. So, and I feel like this episode did a good job. I mean, it's not one of the episodes that I say go from 1 to 100 personally, but like if I said, but we'll talk about some episodes that do later on down the line. So, yeah. Our episode starts with obviously Molly and Gil, first time ever breaking the fourth wall, telling us to come with us to school, to come with them to school. Well, they don't say come with them to school. They just say come with us, Molly particularly. And then we get introduced to a on their way to school, they come across a princess, and her name is Demanda, and her name is a princess, and she's a princess in training. And I like the name play, Demanda, because she's so demanding the first time we see her. I like it. And we even see the queen again from Sir Narnia the Nights, which I like that. And she's practicing her throwing skills, which they're like crowns, and I like that. Instead of, normally it's horseshoes, but I guess when you're royal, you throw crowns. So yeah. And her mother, who keeps on telling her that I think it's finally time to practice your manners, but and she keeps on saying, I don't need to learn manners. I don't need to learn manners. And she keeps on telling her that manners are very important. And we have this troubadour keeping on coming in. He keeps on coming into the scene, trying to talk to them, especially Molly and Gil, which is really funny. And then when they finally meet them, Molly asks Amanda if she's a princess, and she says pretty much, but her mother says that she's not a princess quite yet. She has to complete the glitter games, and she explains that the glitter games is a challenge which young girls must prove that they have the qualities of a proper princess, and that also includes good manners. And Molly also wants to be a princess too, so she wants to take part in this challenge. And we kind of get a little bit of backsass from her mother, like when and this is pretty common nowadays with moms trying to tell their children, put your phone down. And then she's like, whatever, I'll do manners later. I want to try on pretty dresses. Like, girl, if I would have told my mother whatever, I don't think I would have seen the end of it. End of it. Oh my god. And even Molly says that wasn't very polite. And then they finally go to school. And can I just say that I really like Gil's new voice actress. I feel like his new voice actress, for some reason, to me back in the day was probably my favorite. I don't know why. Like, I always like his season 1 voice actress. He was the whole reason he got brought into life in the first place. I always have a heart for his season 2 to season 3 voice actress. You know, like, he had dedication to stay on for another season. But something about season 4 that just tickles the back of my brain into making me think that I'm a child again. I don't know what it is. And same for Gobi. I just feel like Isaac Brown does a really good job. He's a really good job of bringing Gobi to life, you know? He really does. He makes Gobi sound like very, very cute. He brings a lot of life into Gobi as well. And to know that he would go on to play Booker and Raven's home is also pretty cool as well. And then when they finally get to school, obviously we have Tino back. He's going to be here for the whole season, so you won't hear me say next episode Fred's going to replace him. No, he's going to be here for the whole season. But like I keep on saying, I don't have a problem with Fred, okay? Tino will just always leave a special place in my heart. That's all I'm saying. I have nothing against Fred. I'm just saying. So then when they finally get to school, Gil's singing that they met a princess on the way there today. And then they explain that she's not a princess yet, but she's going to be. And then we have Una and Dima saying that they want to be a princess. And come on, I wanted to be a princess too. And then they're saying that they're saying that they're fancy and they get to wear like a crown. And then Nani also explains that princesses usually have good manners, and manners are very important. And I like how Mr. Grouper says that and everybody should use manners, not just princesses. And then we have our princess segment about what do princesses have, and and then we have our pop song, which So You Want to Be a Princess. And I like the song. Not you'd be surprised. Not really for it's not really for like the melody. I mean, I like the melody, but I'm gonna have to choose something else over the melody, and it's the message. Like straight up at the beginning of the song. And I'm also happy that Grace Kaufman finally gets to sing lead in a pop song. Like, I've been waiting for that for so long. Like, my girl, like Grace, she's already been singing for like the dance songs. I'm so happy that she's finally singing head on in a pop song. My girl needed this. This is her moment. And I like how in the song oh my god, you know what I just noticed? Why does Dima's name seem closer to Demanda's name? Demanda. Oh my god. Why am I only noticing this now? My goodness. I was just having it in my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Oh my goodness. Okay. Back to the song. I mainly like it for its message because it talks about how, like, princesses, they have to do more than just, like, be sparkly and stuff. They have to work hard. They have to train for it. They have to obviously use good manners as well. And I also like how Molly's verse in the song, like, it basically talks about how she'll do whatever it takes to be a princess, not just like to be sparkly. She'll do whatever it takes. She'll work hard for it, which I like that. And I like how towards the end of the song, she's like, and maybe I could be a princess too. And she's just like sitting in front of the school. Like, I can't find the image of that. I don't know why I wanted to put it in this review, but if I put it in this review, it's gonna be like a pretty low quality, and I don't want to do that. But if you know the image I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like that image right there. Just pretend you see it on the screen if you remember the episode. It's just something about that image right there is just so pretty, You could say that kind of shows her coming a long way from maybe like the first season, maybe. My theory, I don't know. But okay. Now, after the song, we have our shop segment, and Dima as the shopkeeper. We have Nani, and I'm getting pretty strong Sir Nani the Nice vibes because of the video game. Dima invites the viewers and Nani to play The Princess is Right. It's actually a game show. It's all about good manners. And in order for the princess to save the night, Nani must correctly answer questions on how to use good manners. And Nani has to answer. Like, for example, he has to choose between which one is right. Gimme or please, which I like that. And here's something I haven't noticed until then. And I also like it when towards the end when the game Nani says you're welcome, and he says, and then Dima, she's like, bonus points, which I like that. If I one thing, I love me some bonus points. And it was until this moment I realized when Mr. Grouper said excuse me, and Dima says saying excuse me is also good manners. I'm like, oh my god, Mr. Grouper, he's been using good manners this whole time. Oh my goodness. Like, in that moment, it was until then I had realized that Mr. Grouper was using good manners all along. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay. And then we have our lunch joke, which is unicorn chips, which honestly, as a girl who likes unicorns, I would kill to eat something shaped as a unicorn. That would be so awesome. Like, remember back in 2016, like literally 10 years ago, everything was like unicorn themed. And like, honestly, that was the best era for me. That was my era. Okay. Okay. And then we have our Molly and Gil segment, and Molly's explained to us that princesses like to dress up in fancy clothes. And then when Gil comes, he's trying to find a unicorn and wants to take a photo. And then Molly tries to tell him that unicorns don't really exist. Getting some pretty strong "can you dig it" vibes when she says there's about the dinosaurs. And then we have Gil. He's walking backwards, and then he he pokes his bottom on Bubble Puppy because he has on a unicorn horn. And then we have Una invites Molly to go to the costume because they're playing princesses. And then Nani, he gives a princess hat to both Una and Molly, which is really cute. And we also have Gil about to give Una and Molly like a royal unicorn, which I like how that carried in from the previous segment. I like that. Sorry about the sirens. And then before she can explain about what unicorns are for, Mr. Grouper appears and he's a dragon. And then they're all screaming, and like, how Nani, he doesn't scream, he just walks into the little place that they're hiding at. That's my boy, going at his own pace. That's my boy. And then the princesses, they're like, you interrupted us, that's not polite, now please be nice. And I like how Mr. Grouper says, I'm sorry, and they forgive him. And I like when Gil says, everybody should have good manners. And Dima says, even dragons. And then we have our outside song, and we have an animation error. Dima's swimming outside, and she has on a princess dress, which, I mean, no problem with that. Maybe she, I kind of want to overlook this animation error. Maybe want to think that, who knows, maybe she wants to play outside as a princess. Who knows? She did say that princesses were fancy. So, I'm just saying. So then we have our storybook segment, and it's of Una and Gil, which is a long time since we had that. Long time. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. I don't think we had it since, like, the police competition. That was a while. Like, all the way back in, like, season 3. Oh, my goodness. And, Una's a princess, and Gil's a knight. But not just any princess or knight. They're a princess and a knight from ancient Mexico. Which I like that. And guess who returns? Quetzalcoatl, which I like that because when we first saw Quetzalcoatl, Una, and Gil were both in the story, and they both met him. So I like that little callback. I love that. Just like what they did in the police competition, they're very much foreshadowing the first episode of said show, Triceratops. It was of Gil and Una saving a baby dinosaur, which I like that. And Quetzalcoatl, he has a bit of a trouble. And I love it how they have a pretzel picnic. I love that because, once again, very much foreshadowing Super Shrimptennial celebration. I love that. Oh my goodness. And I like that scene where Una, this is one of the few times where we see Una really get fed up with somebody. I feel like if Dima was in the story, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure she would have already been at her breaking point. She would have been upset. She would have been upset, I'm telling you. But this is one of the few times where we see actually somebody get under Una's skin. She's like, excuse me, Quetzalcoatl, but you're not being very polite. And then she tries to tell the viewers, what your Quetzalcoatl say? And then they say, the little fish say, excuse me. And I like it when Una, she turns her back, pretending to not notice Quetzalcoatl. And then he finally uses manners. He says, excuse me. And then she says, yes, Quetzalcoatl? He said, can I please have a pretzel? He says, of course you may. And then he's able to join the picnic, the pretzel picnic. But Una has to hand feed it to him because he doesn't have any arms. And I'm not really mad at the new animation change of him. honestly, he's still 2D, but honestly, I think he looks better. He looks better than what he did in the first season. I have nothing wrong with the season 1 animation, but like I feel like in this season, I feel like they really revamped him a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, and then after that's done, we have our dance song, and once again, we got the girls. Same thing what we had like back in Bubble Biathlon. The girls, the girls. You know how much I like the girls together. Go up power by the hour. Go up power by the hour. So you know how I feel about that. Also, I kind of gave like, I don't know if I said this in like my Bumblebee Athlon review, but I kind of gave the dance song with the girls like a second like a little nickname, since obviously the because obviously it's called the bee dance. I kind of I still like, sometimes I still like to call it the waggle dance every now and then. Sometimes some days, depending how I'm feeling, I'll call it the bee dance. Sometimes I'll call it the waggle dance. Either way, we got the girls and we got them again, which I'm happy. And I love how season 4 gave us some new rhythms. We have some new rhythms here, and I really like this rhythm right here. I really do. I feel like this new rhythm that we got right here is really good. Is really good. Like, I like it. It makes you want to like party, like get up and dance. I like it. I feel like this is a good pop song to start off the series. No, dance song. I'm sorry, dance song. And then we have another Molly and Gil segment. Gil is still trying to take a picture of the unicorn, and hopefully, and this time he's gonna use good manners, and then little by little the unicorn starts coming out, but it's just Una. And also I'm getting some pretty strong vibes from A Very Guppy Christmas. If you remember my little laugh I had at that moment with Una, Gobi, and Dima. And then we finally have our field trip segment. And it's time to go to the glitter games, and Molly's finally gonna compete. And I like it how at first Molly's not the competitive type, which I'm so happy for. That's not how I know my girl as. I would have been so upset if they would have like taken that type of route, because my girl's not competitive. I'm happy that she said, "Good luck, Amanda," and then she says, and she tried to tell her that I don't need luck. She's like, "I don't need luck," and she's like, "I'm gonna win." Like, girl, she's trying to give you some good luck. I mean, at least say thank you. Well, she hasn't said like, she can't say thank you yet because she doesn't want to use them. At least not yet. It's not yet. So then we have the competition. We already have some oh my goodness, what am I about to say? Contusions. Contestants losing. Some of them, they failed some of the challenges, but then it's only Molly and Amanda left. And then it's finally time, and then they have to use good manners. And at first, Molly gets the first question right. When you want something, you say, please, and she gets that correct. And then it's finally Amanda's turn, and once again, don't know how she's using her phone in the competition. Don't know how. It's just, how? Okay. And then we have Amanda being asked in a question, and at first she doesn't know, but then Molly asks, the question was, when someone gives you something, you say, and then she finally says it. She says, when someone gives you something, you say thank you. And then she got that correct. And then along with that, she owns up to her mother, and she says, I'm sorry that I was so rude. To you. And that, I bet you that got her extra points. And her and Molly were both able to win the glitter games, and they both become a princess. And I love their outfits. I mean, Amanda's, she mostly has like a mini skirt, like a more preppy, like preppy version. It's like a different version of her outfit that we seen her wearing earlier. But Molly's outfit, oh my God, you cannot tell me my girl's not giving Cinderella. My girl's giving Cinderella, Mr. Fella. Okay, Molly, I see My girl was giving Cinderella. When I first saw her outfit as a kid, I was in awe. I was squealing with delight. And I was like, I want that dress. I want that dress. I want the dress. Oh my God. You cannot tell me she's not giving Cinderella. You cannot look me dead in my eyes. Dead in my eyes. That this girl's not giving Cinderella. Oh my goodness. And then once again, and I like how Demanda voices... My goodness, I can't talk. She tells Molly thank you, and they finally both become princesses. And once again, we have our troubadour congratulating Molly and Demanda. And then we have our last Molly and Gil segment, and we have Gil, he's saying, all hail Princess Molly. And then also Molly saying, and Princess Demanda. And I like it. I like it how he says, now that you're both princesses now, can you help me call a unicorn? And just randomly, Demanda says that she has the unicorn's phone. No, she has a unicorn phone number in her phone, and don't know how, but I guess so. But then we hear a voice on the line, and Gil's like, "May I speak to the unicorn, please?" And then the person on the line says, "You have very good manners." And then Gil's like, "She said I have good manners," and he said, "Thank you, unicorn." And then we have Gobi and Una as the unicorn. Would have appreciated a really unicorn there, but I mean, hey. I guess the best type of jokes are the ones that have unicorns involved, so I guess I could brush it off, but I wanted to see a real unicorn. But, and then everybody laughs ending the episode. So overall, I think this is a good way to start off season 4. As somebody who grew up worshiping the Disney princesses, I feel like this episode is right up my alley, and honestly, I have no problems with it. It's honestly really good. And I feel like this episode did really good talking about how princesses aren't just there to be pretty. Like, princesses have a duty, you know? So, I feel like this episode is really good. And I will happily give this episode a 10. I feel like season 4 started off good. This episode started season 4 off good. So, yeah. I can't wait to continue on the season 4 journey. It may be a short one, but hey, I'm going to make it a good one. And I hope you guys help me make it a good one as well by following me on the journey. Especially with our next episode. So, with that being said, tune in with me next time as we'll be reviewing our second episode in the season. Season 4, Episode 2, Costume Boxing. See you all next time.